Hello everyone, greetings of the day. Today, let me introduce Mr. Rishab Ostwal, who got All India first rank in CMA Inter in June 2022 CMA Inter attempt. He is also a ranker at CA Inter level. He got All India 8th rank at CA Inter level. Now, let us interact with Mr. Rishab Ostwal and let us grab some valuable information from him so that it will be very much useful to every one of us. And before interacting with Rishab Ostwal, let me bring a very important information to all of you that we should never forget that courses like CA and CMA are professional courses, and qualifying in those courses is more than enough. But if you get a rank in such courses, definitely it will be an added bonus. So we need to keep that in mind. And each and every student who got qualified in CA and CMA courses can be treated as an achiever. But we cannot interview all such students. That is the reason today we are interacting with Mr. Rishab Ostwal and try to know some valuable information from him. Hello, Rishab. How are you?
Doing good, sir. What about you, sir?
Yeah, doing good, Rishab. First of all, congratulations for getting All India first rank at CMA Inter level.
Thank you so much, sir.
So I think you're very happy. You are getting series of achievements. Already you got rank at CA Inter level and now rank at CMA Inter, and that too All India first rank at CMA Inter level. How do you feel, Mr. Rishabh?
Yes, sir. I feel on cloud nine. I was like really overjoyed when I got to know that I got first rank in CMA Inter. My parents, my relatives, I started getting calls from them. It was like I was feeling on the top of the world. That's it, sir.
Yeah, definitely it is a very joyful moment to anyone. Yeah, Rishabh, what is your native place? Where do you come from?
Yes, I live in Chittoor, sir. It's in Andhra Pradesh, but I belong to Rajasthan.
So you told that all your family and friends they felt happy, but Rishabh, particularly I wanted to know the reaction of your parents when they come to know that you got All India first rank at CMA Interlevel.
Yes, firstly, like I was in temple sir, when the results were announced. I as soon as I saw my results, my dad was on call, and my dad asked to see the results. I saw the results. I didn't know, sir. I got all India first rank. I just saw my marks. I told him it's 596 out of 800. So dad felt that it's a little less because in CA Inter I got 651 out of 800. So dad was like, okay, got 596 out of 800. Okay. Then one of my friends, she's my colleague in KPMG and she is in Masterminds itself. She saw the rank list and sent me in WhatsApp that you have got A1. First, I didn't believe it, sir. Then I asked her to send that rank list. She forwarded that to me. Then when I opened it, I couldn't believe my eyes. I saw my name on the top. Then I sent that rank list to my dad. My dad was so happy. He immediately put that in story. My mom called me. My mom was feeling so happy. She made sweets. She started calling all of my uncles, my other relatives, and all. So they were all overjoyed, sir.
Rishabh, what was the role played by your parents in your success? What is the contribution? Because parents' contribution is an undeniable fact in the success of any student. So, what is the role played by your parents in your success?
Yes, the role of my parents in my parents, firstly, they are a lot they are a lot supportive. Um, while my CA inter preparation was from home itself because of COVID, we had online classes. So all of my CA inter preparation was done from home. My mom and dad supported me a lot. Like I used to boycott social outings and all. So they used to understand me. They used to do things so that I used so my efforts get less. They used to get food to my room. They used to do all these little things that saved my time. And I also like to speak about my sister. She is my support system. Whenever I get distracted, she asks me to focus on things. She asks me to study well. She reminds me of my goals. She's my everything. The only persons whom I would attribute my entire success is are my parents and my sister.
That's fantastic, Rishabh. So you're uh, very lucky and you got a lot of support from your parents and your sister. And after parents comes teachers. What is the role played by your teachers in the success, Rishabh?
Yes, obviously, yes. Teachers at MM, they teach concepts well. Like unless we understand the concepts well, we can't just by heart them. So we need to understand the concepts before learning them. So the teachers here taught concepts really well. That helped me to understand them, grasp them fast, and memorize them. Definitely, it's an the contribution made by teachers is remarkable, and it can't be expressed in words.
And particularly masterminds, as you said. In what way masterminds helped you to achieve success either at CA level, CA inter level, or at CMA inter level?
Yes. Firstly, speaking about CA inter level, are like it was 2.5 months when the syllabus was completed from the exams. So we had plenty of time to study to revise concepts well. I gave both my groups at the same attempt. I had 2.5 months to revise the entire 8 subjects of CA inter. We had a schedule for. A carefully drafted schedule, like how to revise the concepts in 2.5 months. So I blindly followed that schedule. I try to ensure that I'm not lagging behind that schedule. Uh, every time I used to miss a chapter or two whenever a day completes. So I try to ensure that this backlogs gets covered. We had 7 days buffer after our revision was over and before our exams. So in these 7 days, I try to ensure that all my backlogs are completed, and I also revised the concepts which I felt hard. So the schedules helped me a lot in during my preparation.
Rishab, I wanted to know a very important thing from you. So what is the contribution of classroom coaching in the success of a student in the examinations? What is your opinion regarding that?
Yes, classroom learning as contrasted from self-learning. Self-learning, like we need to both have their own advantages and disadvantages. Classroom, it's always advisable. Like we have considering the paucity of time, it's always advisable to learn concepts from experts, so that we don't end up wasting our valuable time in understanding the concepts. Self-learning also has its own advantages. They expand our thought, they make us more creative. But considering the fact that we have only 6 months for our attempt, uh, I would advise to go for classroom learning rather than self-learning.
Rishabh, finally, you have achieved two All India ranks, one at CA inter level and the one at, other at CMA inter level. So, to whom you want to give the credit to this achievement?
Yes, as I said earlier, the major credit goes to my parents and my sister, and then the teaching staff of Masterminds. They explain concepts well, so I was able to do my preparation well on time, and I was able to revise concepts the day before exams, and I gave the exams with ease.
Yeah. Rishabh, according to you, how was the CMA inter exam? Was it tough or easy?
I it was neither tough nor easy for me. It was medium. But considering that I have already prepared for CA Inter, my CA Inter was in December 2021, and my I gave my CMA Inter in June 2022. The 6 months gap was because in December CA and CMA were clashed. So all of my preparation was already done in CA Inter itself. I had just to revise to learn a few subjects which are different in CMA and like operations management, project management. So apart from these subjects, majority was covered in CA Inter itself, so I didn't waste time learning them back. I just learned what's the difference in CA Inter and CMA Inter. And moreover, while the CMA Inter exams were going on, I had my articleship, and it was the peak season, so I didn't have time to revise concepts. It was just Sundays that I got to read for CMA Inter.
Yeah. So you worked hard, but I think things are very easy because majority of the portion you might have covered in CA Inter. So a very little bit is required to prepare for CMA Inter. Am I right? So Rishabh, can you tell me about your schooling? Where did you do your schooling?
Yes, I did my schooling from an ICSE school. Its name is Space High School. It's in Palamaneer in Chittoor district of Andhra Pradesh. It's a really good school. Uh, Teachers over there explain concepts really well. They don't focus on by hearting things. They ensure that the students understand concepts rather than just memorize them.
That's fantastic. And how many marks did you score at your class 10?
I scored 97.5%. That is 585 out of 600 in my class 10 ICSE exams.
So, what is your group in intermediate? Which group you have chosen?
I chose MEC, that is Maths, Economics, and Commerce. So it was in Masterminds itself.
Oh, so you're a Mustman student from MEC.
Yeah, right from my 11th till my I'm currently Islam a student of Masterminds. I'm taking CA final classes also from Masterminds itself.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Rishab. And how many marks did you score in your intermediate? That is plus two.
I scored 968 out of 1000 in my inter exams, 96.8%.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, coming back to CMA Inter again, how many marks did you score in CMA Inter level? And if you remember, could you please tell us how many marks you got subject wise?
I got 596 out of 800. Subject wise, in paper 5, I got 90. It's accounting, I guess. In paper 6, 63. Paper 7, 62. Paper 8, 80. Paper 9, 68. Paper 10, 82. Paper 11, 67. And paper 12, 84.
Yeah, that's a fantastic score, Mr. Rishabh. And when did you start preparation for your CMA Inter exam? Of course, you told that you started preparing after your CA Inter exams. So, on an average, how many hours a day did you study, Rishabh?
I didn't study daily for CMA inter exams, as I have already said. It was my articleship. I was doing my articleship during April, May, and it was peak season during that time. So we didn't have a time to study. It was just on weekends. Like on Sundays, I used to spend some 5 or 6 hours studying, like learning the concepts which are different in CMA inter. Like I read operations management, industrial laws, ethics, Customs Act, and few other chapters in accounts joint ventures, etc. That basically I read the entire difference between CA Inter and CMA Inter on weekends.
So, among all the subjects of CMA Inter, which subject do you feel to be very easy, and which subject do you feel to be tough? And one more question: what is your favorite subject?
Easiest was accounts. Perhaps it was mostly from CA Foundation and CA Inter itself. So if one's already studying CA Foundation and CA Inter, accounts paper is a cakewalk for CMA Inter student who is already studying CA Foundation and CA Inter. So accounts was the easiest. The hardest was there was a lot to learn in operations management. I won't say it's hard, but since it's not there in CA Inter, we had to spend a lot of time on covering operations management chapter on the subject. It was 70 marks.
So, what was your favorite subject? Accounts,
My
you
favorite
told me.
subject, yeah, accounts being the easiest, it was my favorite subject.
Now, either during preparing for CA Inter or CMA Inter, did you give up watching TV, movies, social outings?
Social outings, yes, I had given them social outings. Movies, I used to watch few movies. Times when I was really stressed, we had really long working hours at my firm. Sometimes the working hours used to stretch till 12 in the night. We used to have a dinner at 1 a.m. in the night. So those times to get relaxed, we I used to watch a few movies.
That's a fantastic thing, Mr. Rishabh. And Rishabh, one very important question. You have studied in Mastermind since your MEC, and you know
Yes,
the
sir.
type of coaching that Masterminds offer at CA Foundation level or CMA Foundation or CA Inter or CMA Inter. So, the most important thing is the masterminds materials. They are very much talked about. So, in your opinion, what is the speciality of masterminds materials? And what is the advantage that you find in masterminds material to help you achieve success?
Yes, for practical subjects, I would say Masterminds is the one-stop solution. It has all the RTPs, MTPs, recent attempts questions, and the study material questions, obviously. So it's a combination of all the sources of ICI, and it has also few other problems from other author books. So for practical subjects, I referred only Masterminds materials. And coming to theory subjects, Masterminds has well classified all the questions into three categories: category A, B, C. A being the most important, and C being lesser important. So one can direct his efforts correctly, putting more importance on A category and lesser importance on C category. I read. We had a change of materials during my session. I was a student of 45th session. During my session, we had a change of addition of materials. So I studied theory from ICI. But yeah, considering the latest materials, they are all up to date and have incorporated all the sources from ICI study materials. So even for theory subjects, one can simply refer masterminds.
Yeah, that's a fantastic answer, Mr. Rishabh. And coming to the study hours and revision exams that we conduct at Masterminds, how did they help you, either at CA interlevel or CMA interlevel?
We had two exams in each week, one on Wednesday and one on Sunday, I guess. So we had around 2.5 days to prepare for the exams. It was really tough to cover up all the syllabus in just mere 2.5 days. But we tried hard. We tried to ensure that all the chapters get covered in 2.5 days, and I attempted some 70 or 80% of the revision exams. Few I didn't attend because like few theory subjects, when I got to know that my speed is sufficient and I can spend that time in covering my clearing my backlogs. So few exams I had skipped, but I would strongly recommend someone who has weak writing skills and who is slow at practicals attempt more and more exams, so that the fear of public exams gets reduced to minimum.
Yeah. So definitely study hours and revision exams have helped you.
Yes.
One more very important question, Mr. Rishabh. Generally, people feel that CA and CMA courses are a little bit tougher than normal intermediate and BCom courses. But definitely, they are very easy compared to courses like IIT, medicine, civils, and all. Do you concur with me, and what is your opinion on that?
Yes, sir. They're obviously more difficult than intermediate or BCom exams. CA, CMA, CS, they're all professional courses and they have their own importance. We have its professional fraternities. Each field has its own importance. And to adhere to the highest qualities, we need to work a lot. We need to understand the standards, the concepts. So one needs to pay more attention, obviously, than a BCom graduate. But when compared to courses like IIT and NEET, where the competition is really tough, they may be like I have not attended IIT or NEET classes, so I'm not aware of the syllabus there. But obviously, I feel the syllabus in IIT and NEET is humongous when compared to CA or CMA.
And are you pursuing BCom right now, Rishabh?
Yes, I'm pursuing BCom. I'm currently in my second year.
Yeah. So generally, we at Masterminds recommend students to do BCom along with CA and CMA. So what is your advice to the students regarding that?
Yes, obviously, having an additional feather in your cap always matters. You would have three qualifications when you go out. You'll have a CA, CMA, and a BCom. Having a backup course always helps. We don't know what will be the future. We always need to have a plan B with us. Uh, so I would suggest people to take two op courses like CMA, CS, or BCom along with CMA, and not to just focus all their efforts on a standalone basis on CA just.
Rishabh, one, we wanted to know your trade secret. What is your success secret? What you think is your success secret?
There's no secret as such. I would say persistence hard work, and one needs to work consistently to to succeed. Putting efforts in a day before exams doesn't matter. One needs to work hard from the very beginning. Making consistent efforts is what matters, I feel.
So yes, what you said is right. Persistence is the most important thing, Rishabh, to achieve anything in life. Yeah. Rishabh, what do you want to become in your life? What is your short-term goal? What is your long-term goal?
Yes. In short term, I need a well-paying job. But in long term, I want to establish my own enterprise. I want to be an entrepreneur. So when I am in short that I'm secure and have enough money, and I can spend a few years on venturing things, on risking. At that time, I would like to take up entrepreneurship, provided I have enough, have worthy ideas, which I can bank on. So my long-term goal is obviously entrepreneurship, and I hail from a business family. My dad's a businessman; he's into jewelry and finance. My uncle's also a businessman. My entire family is are from business. But my short-term goal is to have a well-secured job, and when I have enough money, I would like to try entrepreneurship.
So all the best, Rishabh, for your future endeavors, and I'm very happy to hear from you that you want to become an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs are very much required for the country. So I hope you will become an employer and generate some employment in our country. So Rishabh, I want to ask one more question. See, generally in courses like CA and CME, many students they may not qualify in their first attempt. So, what is your advice to such kind of students?
First attempt is obviously the best attempt. So I would firstly strongly recommend them to study hard from the first attempt itself. But if for any reason they couldn't make it in the first attempt, one shouldn't lose hope. I understand that it's really painful when one gets to know that all the efforts they make are in vain. But they need to not lose. They must not lose their hope, and they must ensure that they clear it in the next attempt. One shouldn't just I know few friends who say that more the number of attempts, more is the experience. So one shouldn't follow such vague generalizations. One should try to it's obvious that first attempt will be the best attempt. But yeah, one shouldn't lose hope if he couldn't make it in the first attempts.
Yeah, that's a fantastic advice, Mr. Rishabh. And what is the advice you want to give to the students who are planning to pursue either CA or CMA inter course? What should be their attitude from day one?
I would suggest teaching, like learning starts in the classroom itself. One should try to memorize concepts while the teacher is explaining them. We always find some time amidst the teacher teaching. So one needs to try to memorize concepts as soon as the teacher starts teaching. And they must ensure that they cover the day syllabus in the day itself. They must make consistent efforts, and if we shouldn't lose hope. And like we would feel at some point of time that the syllabus is humongous and we couldn't make it. But one shouldn't lose hope, uh, and we must also revise well the day before exams. That it's the golden day. One shouldn't waste time in that day. So I would say study well, work hard, revise well the day before exams.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Rishabh, for your wonderful advice to the students. And also, I feel very happy to interact with you. And I hope this interview will help students a lot to draw a lot of wonderful insights for their preparation for the future examinations. Thank you, Mr. Rishabh.
Thank you, sir. It was my pleasure.
Dear students, we don't recommend any student to join masterminds just by looking at our ranks. Before taking admission into the masterminds, look at the quality of our materials, the strength of our academic program, our commitment, the pass percentage we have at masterminds at CA Inter and CMA Inter, and at all levels of CA and CMA courses. And look at our materials, our experience. These all things count whenever you take an admission into masterminds. I hope this interview is very much helpful to all of you. All the best. Thank you.
Okay, sir.